For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you. So you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live by Live has all of your favorite music, and you can listen for free. Whether you hit play on one of our hundreds of curated music stations or create your own custom artist radio station, you'll find the music you love on Live by Live. Visit livexlive.com or search LiveX Live in the App Store or Google Play and listen for free now.
Murillo. The tricky consent issue involving the COVID vaccine and people under 18 years old. I'm Nick Einelli.
Making the case if you do or don't want to return to work in the office. I'm Christy King.
WTOP News Time, 4 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. The search and rescue mission in South Florida continues as investigators look into what caused those condos to crash. CBS's Peter King is in Surfside.
For now, saving lives remains the priority.
Then that next most important thing is, why did this happen?
Governor Ron DeSantis wants a timely investigation. The town of Surfside has hired a well-known engineer, Alan Kilsheimer, to investigate and consult. Mayor Charles Burkett.
He's the same engineer who was recruited to work on the FIU bridge issue.
Pedestrian bridge collapse that killed 6. Part of Kilsheimer's job, checking on the safety of other buildings. Peter King, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
The U.S. military launches airstrikes overseas. Correspondent Jerika Duncan.
The Department of Defense announced that President Biden ordered airstrikes on Iran-backed militia facilities along the Iraq-Syria border. The president did not respond to questions about the strikes when returning to the White House. The Pentagon says the action was defensive and targeted locations being used to operate drones against American facilities and personnel in Iraq.
An unprecedented heat wave hits the Pacific Northwest today with dangerous triple-digit temperatures. CBS meteorologist Jeff Baradelli.
Quite simply, this is the most dangerous and most intense heat wave I have seen in my career in the Pacific Northwest. In fact, it's a very large heat dome. It's about a 1 in 1,000 year event that's taking place across Oregon, Washington, and also into British Columbia. Temperatures about 40 degrees above normal in places like Portland and Seattle.
Highs today are 113 in Portland, 106 in Seattle. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has declared a state of emergency for Detroit after heavy rains caused widespread flooding. Michigan Power says crews are restoring power for thousands in Michigan and Indiana. Seattle's Hector Santiago is the first major league pitcher to get ejected over new foreign substance protocols. His glove got confiscated in the 5th inning.
It would appear that something was untoward in the glove of Hector Santiago, who can't believe it.
We have our first culprit of the new system of checking pitchers. Hector Santiago has been thrown out of the ball game.
The call on NBC Sports Chicago. Santiago now faces a 10-game suspension. Some sensitive defense documents were found at a bus stop in England. The papers reportedly included plans for a possible UK military presence in Afghanistan. The Ministry of Defense is looking into how they got there. This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies advisors have the tech solutions to help your business get out in front. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call 877-ASK-DELL.
4:03 on Monday, June 28th, 2021. 77 degrees now in the nation's capital. Good morning. I'm Christopher Cruz. The top local stories we're following at this hour. The National Guard has a big money problem. It needs Congress, it says, to act fast.
In a memo sent to Congress, military leaders say the National Guard is facing a severe funding shortage after its months-long mission securing the U.S. Capitol complex following the deadly riot there in January. Military.com says the Guard is asking to be reimbursed $520 million in the coming weeks. If that doesn't happen, it will have to cancel training events, schools, schools and weekend drills, and even ground aircraft for a period of time. The House has already approved more funding, but the Senate has not taken it up. There's also concern that Capitol Police could be facing a funding shortfall, too. John Doman, WTOP News.
A memorial is being unveiled in Annapolis later this morning, honoring the 5 people who were killed in the Capital Gazette newsroom 3 years ago.
On the anniversary of the mass shooting, the Guardians of the First Amendment Memorial will be dedicated at Newman Park in Annapolis. It honors Gerald Fishman, Rob Hyacin, John McNamara, Rebecca Smith, and Wendy Winters, all of whom were killed when 41-year-old Jared Ramos entered the paper's newsroom and opened fire in 2018. The memorial features etched in stone the First Amendment and a copy of the front page of the newspaper the staff published the day after the shooting. In front of those, 5 pillars that represent each life lost that day. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
The public is invited to attend the dedication. It'll happen at 11 this morning. Even though Jared Ramos pleaded guilty to the murders, he is claiming he was not criminally responsible because of mental illness. His Saturday trial begins on Tuesday. 5 past the hour now. A small plane with 5 people aboard crashed near Ocean City on Sunday afternoon after the pilot reported smoke in the cabin.
Maryland State Police say the pilot of the single-engine plane was redirected to Salisbury Ocean City Regional Airport, but the plane bounced on the runway and crashed into Sinnapunxent Bay on the east end of the runway. Just one of the 5 plane's occupants was taken to Tidal Health Peninsula Regional Hospital in Salisbury for treatment. The crash, which happened around 2 o'clock, is under investigation by the FAA. Dick Iuliano, WTOP News.
A man has died in police custody in Calvert County. Sheriff's deputies say they responded to a report of a, quote, suspicious person breaking windows on Lowry Road in Huntington. When they got there, they arrested 31-year-old Antoine Brooks. Happened around 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Deputies handcuffed Brooks and sat him down in a shaded area after he told them he had taken what the deputies later described as a, quote, controlled dangerous substance. Soon after, Brooks began to struggle to breathe. Paramedics were called to the scene. They took him to the hospital, but he died there. The sheriff's department says neither weapons nor force were used during the arrest. Prepare for road closures in a local county on the 4th of July.
With fireworks and plenty of events set for next weekend, Arlington County Police and several agencies will be enforcing some changes to traffic. You'll want to avoid Longbridge Drive at Boundary Channel Drive and at South 12th Street, Arlington Memorial Bridge and Arlington Memorial Circle, all the way to Lincoln Memorial Circle will also be closed. And the Route 50 Roslyn exits will be closed for several hours. If you do decide to drive, watch out for parking restrictions. And if you're heading to a county or federal park, leave the alcohol and fireworks at home. For a complete list of closures, visit our website, WTOP.com. Melissa Howell, WTOP News.
In the district, Ohio Drive between West Basin Drive and the Inlet Bridge will be closed until July 8th. Traffic and weather next on WTOP. It's 4:07.
Right now, more than 90% of Americans have health care coverage. Let's build on that. Blue Cross and Blue Shield companies are committed to closing the gap by expanding access to coverage, addressing disparities, and removing barriers to care. Because we believe everyone should have access to care, no matter who you are or where you live. Let's build on what's working for the health of America.
Millions of families nationwide, including many in the D.C. area, have lost loved ones due to COVID and are suffering extreme emotional distress. They think they have no access to professional grief counseling, but they do, and it's free of charge. Capital Caring Health provides free grief
for the ones standing guard, for the eagle-eyed, for the knights in shining armor, and for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Haverty's, we know that saving money makes people happy. That's why right now you can save $100 off every $1,000 you spend. And our wide selection of quality furniture means absolutely everyone can find something they love. So you'll save more money and walk away even happier. And when you're happy, we're happy. Come in today and get $100 off every $1,000. Haverty's, we furnish happiness.